Namaskar, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will show you few tricks which you can use in Excel in your daily official work. Stay tuned. First thing I will show you how you can select and navigate a large table in Excel sheet. Let's open one Excel sheet with large table and check it out. So we can see Excel sheet with huge number of data. Now if I want to navigate and check out the last column of the table, I can jump to the table with a single keystroke. How to do? So the first cell is selected, that is A1. Now if I press on the keyboard, if I press Ctrl right arrow key, I'll jump to the last cell of the table. If I want to come to the last column of the table, sorry. Now if I want to come to the last row of the table, I need to press Ctrl down arrow key. And from anywhere, if you want to come to the first cell, that is A1, you need to press home key, or Ctrl arrow keys can help you to navigate from first row to last row like that, likewise. Now, if you want to move to any random cell, for example, you want to select the, if you want to move to the cell number B12. So how to do that? There is also shortcuts for that. You have to press the function key F5 and you need to type under reference. Suppose here I am typing B12 and then if I press OK, so my cell pointer is now present in B12. And on the formula bar left hand side, the name box place, there the cell location or cell reference is showing. There is another way to jump to any random cells by typing the cell reference correctly. Like here in place of B12, if I type here K32, my cell pointer will jump to that cell. You can see my cell pointer now is present in K32 and in the name box it is showing. So in this way you can navigate the Excel sheet with large data very fast. And now I tell you about the selection. Suppose you want to select the first row of the table very first without click and drag by using your mouse buttons. So how you can do? Just press Ctrl Shift right arrow key. The row of your table will be selected. If you want to select two rows at a time, so then you should start off with not by clicking one cell like A1, just select these two first and then Ctrl Shift right arrow key. So two rows at a time, three rows at a time. Similarly, you can do the same thing with the column. So the whole column of the table at a single stroke within a second it will be selected. And it's not just about one column, 2, 3, 4. Whatever you start off, accordingly your selection will be done. If you now want to select the whole table and very large table, just bring your cell pointer anywhere in the existing table. You just make any cell active, random cell, then you just press Ctrl A. Your whole table will be selected. And if you press Ctrl A twice, whole sheet will be selected, including your Excel table. Now, let's see what is our second trick to learn. Next trick is to see how you can resize rows columns very fast and easily. Let's see that. Suppose this large table, which is actually is a attendance records of some students. These are hypothetical records, I must mention. So suppose you want to resize rows and columns, and because there is no, there is no evenly distribution of rows and columns. So if you want to do uh, and format the Excel sheet properly, so you don't need to do it column by column or row by row. You can do it all together. So let me just show you how you can do very fast. Under Home tab, there is an option Format, and there is an option under Format Row Height. So there, if you mention a fixed value, for example, I am mentioning here 18, and then you are pressing enter. I have to select the whole table So first you have to select whole table by pressing Ctrl A, which I already told you, and then I go to Home, and then Format and Row Height, and then I am typing the row height, suppose 18. So then all rows will be of same size. Now if you want that this attendance records one for present on that particular day, okay, with the same size for all, then what you should do, and because the name is not visible, that the single column, just by double clicking or dragging, I am means the column width I am increasing, but these portions can be evenly resized again from Format and then column width. And here if you give say 10 for all, so it will come like that. If you give less value, say column width suppose 5, so it will come like that. So in this way you can evenly resize your rows and columns. And if you see in any cell hash symbol is coming, this is not any mistakes. Actually here some data is written which is not fitting, so you have to increase the size. Since date is written over here, so that's why it is taking more space. So I can do what, this portion I can select by Ctrl Shift right arrow key, and then I can go to Format and then column width, and I can take suppose say 10, then everything will be visible. Now the next trick for today, trick is freezing, unfreezing, and grouping and ungrouping the rows and columns. Let's see how you can do it. And the last table you can view it very easily without navigating, and just under you can see whatever important rows and columns to view. Let's see that. So in this Excel sheet, when I check the last row of the table, like here, if I go to Control right arrow key, when I am going to the last column of the table, then what I can see that the first column is not visible, and that part may be very important to see as their serial number or name or some important content is present. So if I need to see that part always, so I can freeze my sheet, and how to do that I show you. So I go back to the first cell, that is A1, by pressing home key or Ctrl right arrow key. And now if I want to see always this heading and the serial number, then roll number and the name, that means this part will be always freezed, and from here to here this part will be always freezed. If I want that, so then I must click the cell where this part is starting. Okay, so for this particular sheet, the cell pointer must be in cell number D2, so that I can freeze the upper part and also till column C. This will be freezed, but then when I scroll, other part will be scrolled. So how to do? You need to go to the tab View, and then there is an option Freeze Panes, and then under View Freeze Panes, in the middle of the ribbon you can see Freeze Panes. And if you now, because just a minute, let me check where my cell is pointing. It should be in D2. It should be in D2, so that I can freeze the first row and 3 columns. So my cell pointer is in D2, and I just go for freeze panes and click on freeze panes. Now if I scroll horizontally or vertically, I can see the important headings. And if you do not want that freeze pane, you can just go to View and unfreeze panes. Sometime if you are not using freeze panes, unfreeze panes, but in between you want to just scroll and like you want to see the last column of the table, so there is an option of grouping, so that you find in data. You click on data option, and there is an option group and ungroup. So for example, I am selecting the column H to say P. The column H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P I have selected, and I am grouping it. So if I group it, then this kind of buttons are coming just below the formula bar, and then if you click on it, so this will be hidden, and you can see till the end of the end column of the table. And this you can do it with the rows also, and you are not doing it by hiding the cell and unhiding the cell, because in that case you have to right click, select, and go for hide and unhide. These are the options, but by grouping and ungrouping you can do it very easily. So if I go for again ungrouping me, I need to select it once, this part, and I ungroup. So ungrouping, that means it became ungrouped, and the data are ungrouped, and you handle normally like we are doing at the beginning. Now the next trick is something very interesting. So stay tuned. Next I show you some magical tricks which you can avail from page special option. Usually we don't know how to use it. So let's see what are they and how we can use it to reduce our workload. The same repetitive work we can avoid by using page special. Let's see that. Suppose in this Excel sheet, you need to fill this blank cell with zeros. All these cells you need to fill up with zero, and that you can do with spatial very easily. Just 1 minute it will take to do that. Let's see how we can do it. So here in any one cell, okay, in any random cell, you just type 0 and then you just copy it by Ctrl C or right click copy. Then in this particular cell, I mean in this particular column actually, okay, you need to do the selection, or you can select the whole table. In my table, only in this part the blank space is there. I can select the whole table or on this particular column. So Ctrl Shift down arrow key, because there are a lot of blank space, so it is taking few strokes of Ctrl down arrow key. Whole whole column is getting selected. So better I do Ctrl A for selecting the table only. Just a minute. This 0 is also getting included. I delete that first of all. Let me just type it here 0 and then copy it. And this particular table I select by Ctrl A. So I have copied this particular value 0. Now what I do here, I right click and go for paste spatial, and then I'll be clicking this operation part add, and then you do OK. You see the blank portion is filled up with zeros, and in other cells there is no change. So by this, with this operation, you can fill up blank space with 0. If there is some missing value in your data set and you want to fill it up with 0, you can easily do that. So in any random cell, you type 0, copy it, and then selecting your work area or the table, then you just do paste spatial. Under paste spatial, under operations, just go for add, then click on OK. Your blank space will filled up with 0. I can undo it because I want to come back to my original file. Ctrl Z for undoing. Next I will show you very interesting another operation of this paste spatial, like for example this particular column I am selecting from here to here, and then I am copying it, and I want to paste it not in vertical, the way it is showing. I want to paste it horizontally. So how I can do that? That means any table, if I want to change the rows to columns, columns to row, I can easily do it by using this paste spatial option. So I'm going to a different sheet, and there I'm doing it the paste spatial. Right click paste spatial, and I am going for transpose and OK. Now because here it is a formula, that's why the result 0 is coming. So I have to do transpose and also paste value. So undo, I just do undo it. Ctrl Z. Once more I am trying it, right click, because that I think that was just those values in that particular column were not typed. Those were the formulas. So paste spatial. So two things I'll do, values and transpose, and OK. So you can see those values which were in columns, now you can see it in rows. So any table you can just rotate in this way, rows can be converted to column, columns can be converted to rows. This also you can do it from feature of page special. The third thing I will also tell you, very, very interesting. I am going to sheet number 3 where few data are written like that. So for example, house and color code, this is a table. This was a previous old record. Now there is a plan to change those values, for example. So not for all, for Ganga, we want to change it, suppose red color now. And say for Kaveri, we want it in, for example, blue color. So then if you, this is the updated value. Okay, only the updated value in the new table are written, and which are not, which are remaining same, those are kept blank. So if you want to like paste this updated value in the new table by Ctrl C and by just by pasting, so then old values will be deleted. But if you, I just do undo, Ctrl Z undo. But if you, after copying, if you don't just do paste, if you just do paste special and go for skip blanks, then the blank part, this blank part will not do any kind of changes, and the new updated part only will be pasted. So these are, I just once more I do, this is not happening, copy and then right click, paste special, then go for skip blanks. Okay, you see here red and blue has come. So this is also can be done with the paste special feature. Last, one more thing I'll tell you before ending this video. Here you see sometime we type few content like this 1 by 2, and in Excel sheet if you type 1 by 2, Excel considers as a date. So how I can just keep it like 1 by 2, not 1st February like that. So for that you need to type apostrophe symbol. If you want to convert any value, date, anything, any number, any date as text, just type one apostrophe symbol. Then you type 1/2 or whatever, any date or any number. So that number also will convert it to text. So this is happening. Now if you drag it to generate in other cells, so obviously 2 becomes 3, 4, 1/2, 1/3, it is coming once, it's not like 2/2, 3/2, it's not coming like that. So if you want to do that, then you need to use the text function. So that I will tell you in another day. So with this, if you are interested, let me know in your comment. I'll be creating another video with that. So with this, I'm ending my video today. Let us meet in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel and share my channel to your friends. Thank you.